This is my adventurer Protagonist. He is very sweet, he is very charming, he's quite modest, he's a little bit shy, and he looks like this. So this is the first outfit I gave him. It is some sort of quite longish trousers to his calves. He has sandals, a long cardigan and a blouse with a bow, and he's sort of looking downwards a bit. So that is my Protagonist. He does not have a name because I haven't thought of names for any of my Misadventure May characters because I find that really difficult. So that is my adventurer Protagonist. This is the companion for my protagonist's travels. He is his boyfriend. He is he is human, but he's a very big human, and he's got wild long hair and quite a neat beard. He has a tongue piercing. His canines are quite a little bit fang-like. He has blue eyes and a very large, prominent Adam's apple, which my protagonist likes to kiss and suck on. So this is his portrait. He does not wear clothes for sensory reasons, but around his neck he has a purple pouch that contains a special hollow crystal, and that means it gives him hologram clothes which other people can see, but obviously we can't see them because we're not in his universe. That's my reason and I'm sticking to it. So he also has a nipple piercing and very hairy armpits. So this is his sort of outfit. So that is your introduction to my protagonist's boyfriend. These are my characters in silhouette under a tree looking over the kingdom. On the right we have a very sort of French style village with the sort of beigey brown coloured stone houses with the red tile roofs, and there's two towers like turrets with blue roofs, and that is the library because this place is called Equality, and it's actually a queendom, so it is not ruled, it is shared by two queens who are married. And so the main system is not religion but learning new knowledge and a appreciation for books and just learning. So that on the shore there is a big meeting house, which is where the queens have meetings, and they ask all the residents of Equality to come along to the meeting so they can sort out any issues anybody has and make sure everybody's happy. Underneath the tree there is a biosphere, a bit like the ones at the Eden Project in Cornwall. Is it Cornwall or is it Devon? The Eden Project, so it's like that's where the special plants grow. and there's the castle. It's a traditional castle. It's got blue turret roofs, and in front of the castle, a few fields in front of the castle, there's the forge and some other buildings, and in the fields there's the farming area, and there's a visiting ship come to visit. So my the Queendom of Equality is all about celebrating individuality, and everybody can be who they are and be celebrated for being themselves. And the ideals are of living in harmony and making sure everybody's happy. So that is my characters overlooking the Queendom. This is the Kingdom's Guild banner flag. Well, it's the flag for all of my Queendom of Equality. It is in the middle, it's got a yellow 8-pointed star, but in the middle of the star there's a square, and it's all like glittery lines of the star, and it's coloured in yellow. And the square represents the star bursting out of the box and thinking outside of the box. And coming off the star are like colours. It's that beams, like sunbeams coming off from the centre of the star, and we've got on the top got pastel pink, pastel purple, and then it's pastel blue, and it's pastel green. So no particular reason for those particular colours. I just had a pack of pens in those particular colours and I wanted to use them. So, and behind the sunbeams and the star is a white background. So this flag flies above the castle and is often seen in the town as well. This is my bird farmer. He is an old man. He has white long hair and a white moustache which is connected to a long white beard. His robe has got fancy shoulders with poofy shoulders and a sort of magenta. And the rest of his robe, and around his waist he's got a magenta ribbon, and on the arms it's like a paisley pattern, and the sleeves are 2 buttons, and that's quite a silky magenta. And his robe, it goes all the way to the floor, and he's got a big collar that goes up around his head, and it's all red, and he has a walking stick, and he's working with one of the birds that he farms, and it's sort of an amalgamation of different types of birds. So in this we've got a peacock, especially the tail feathers, and a shoebill stork, and we've got some of the more colourful parroty type birds with the colourful feathers, a bit of secretary bird, and it's a very tall bird, and it's just like an inch or so taller than the man, and they're touching their foreheads together and walking along on the grass. So, and that is my bird farmer. My giant character walking through a field is not actually a giant. She is an alien, but she looks like a human, and she looks giant because she's being looked at by the Earth equivalent of a ladybug or ladybird. This is called a Mr. Bug. So they have mist bugs, and it has triangular shapes on its back instead of dots. And it is a blue, it's got a blue head, the triangles are blue, and the rest of the wings are sort of meant to be deep red pink colour. So this character looks like a giant from the perspective of the Mr. Bug, which is perched on the grass. So this is an alien who has purple skin. She has dark purple lipstick, and her hair is long and is in shades of pink and purple. And I sort of designed a romper suit, and it's in a shade of mint green, and she's looking, and she's all like really happy because she sort of crash landed into near equality in her spaceship. She crash landed near the Neighbouring kingdom, which is the bad kingdom, because the bad kingdom is called conformity, and they hate anything different. So they saw her spaceship come down and went to chase her, but luckily she escaped and found equality. So now she lives in equality, and she's very happy. And she's walking through the field because it's very sunny, and the sun heats up the grass, and when she puts her bare feet on the grass, it feels absolutely amazing. So that is my giant character walking through a field. These are my Barnyard Beasts that I've got to tame. So they're basically naughty baby goats, but they have bat wings. So the goats on the planet where equality is, they produce spider silk in their milk. So that is a product that's very useful, and there's a lot of experiments going on in equality trying to get the softest clothes possible, softest and strongest, so my protagonist's boyfriend can wear actual clothes. But for now they're still trying to perfect it. So these are called boats. They're baby goats, but they've got bat wings, and these bat wings naturally grow, and when they get to a certain size, they like antlers from deers, the bat wings naturally slough off the goats, and then they are collected, and the bat wings can be made into lots of different tools and accessories. So these are the baby goats, and it's bedtime for the baby goats' boats, but they're being mischievous and fighting in the sky when it's in front of a sunset. So these are the baby boats on the barnyard. So this is what's happening with the Grassy monster fight. So I didn't really want to draw fighting monsters or draw violent things for my Misadventure May project. So my protagonist is wearing lots of armour. He's got an armoured chest plate and a chainmail skirt in sort of knight armoured boots, and he's holding a rope, and he's got a white blouse on underneath his armour. And his boyfriend is perched on top of this creature, and his boyfriend is wearing chainmail over his intimate parts, and he's still got his pouch on, and he's topless. He's just wearing the chainmail around his parts, and he's got his hair tied up. And this creature is got dragon legs with long claws, a scaly green skin on his dragon legs, and then he's got a big back like a bug, and they're like shiny scales, and it's all bubbly. And he has 3 horns. He has a big horn in the middle of his back, which is what my protagonist boyfriend is actually holding on to it. And then he's got a horn either side of that horn on his back, and he's got big long red wings, and they've been tied behind him. And his face is like slimy, and he has 5 eyes. He has a green eye, a pink eye, a blue eye, a sort of light purple eye, and a dark purple eye. And he's got a big wide nose, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nostrils. He's got a big long tongue, which like a lizard's tongue that shoots out from the front. So you have to approach this creature from the side. And he's got big teeth, and in his mouth he's dripping green slime. And then underneath in front of his dragon legs, he's got 2 more legs like spider legs, and they're blue. So these creatures, they're peaceful creatures and innocent creatures, and because of their 5 eyes, they see lots of different colours, and they come from another planet. But when they like flying around, but because they pick up on all these different colours and details, sometimes they get a bit distracted and end up flying through wormholes. So this creature has flown through a wormhole and landed in a field in Equality. And so my protagonist and his boyfriend have to go and tie up the creature so it can be tranquilized, because the tranquilizer they use actually makes the creature even more excited. So they have to tie him up so he can't run away, and then the wizards will make sure this creature gets home safe. Because if the people in the town of Conformity found the creature, they'd just chop it up and eat it. So we have to look after the creature and make sure it gets back home safe. So that is what's happening in the Grassy monster fight. This is my magic cabin in the woods. It has 3 floors. On the ground floor, this is where they store all the bottles they need. And when they get bottles from the glassmaker for the potions and all the containers, this is where they store them. And there's lots of books on the stairs. So this is where they have all their storage and books, and sometimes where they make other things like soaps and things. And then this extension at the back of the ground floor, this is where the potions are made. So it's got a big chimney, so, and a thin sort of horizontal window, so all the smoke from the potion making can escape. And then we have a balcony up to the middle floor. So it's a wooden balcony. You go up the steps and then you go through the entrance, and the middle floor is where the actual shop is located. So yeah, that's where you enter the shop, and there's all the wizard stuff. And then the top floor with the 3 windows, that's where the wizard shopkeeper and her family live. And then it's got red tiled roofs and a chimney, and it's next to these trees in the woods. See, and it's grey stone with some bracing from wooden planks. See, that is the magic cabin in the woods. This is my wizard shopkeeper, and she's a black lady. She's voluptuous, and she has a big afro, and she's wearing this dress, and it has birds on, and it's birds doing a murmuration. So birds go across from one shoulder over to the opposite hem. And she's stood behind her counter, and my protagonist is wearing his purple dress, and he's buying some things for the women in his life, and he's sorting out his money, and there's loads of magical stuff on the shelves. There's geode crystals, potion bottles, lots of candles, wrapped up soaps in brown paper, and jars with magic stones in, and lots of jars with powders and magic sort of spicy mixes for magic. And my protagonist's boyfriend is sat on the counter. From our view, he's naked, so he's sat on this sort of rug thing, and that's the butt rug that he has to sit on when he comes and visits the wizard shopkeeper. She thinks he's hilarious, and they're very good friends. So he's in the middle of telling a story, and the shopkeeper is cracking up laughing, and my protagonist is giggling, but he's also trying to count the money out to pay for the items he's buying. So that is my wizard shopkeeper in the shop. This is one of my enchanted helpers. She is the wizard shopkeeper's wife. She's very strong, so she's got prominent muscles on her arms. She has long pink hair, her natural blonde eyebrows and purple lipstick, and she has lilac-coloured eyes. She wears a purple asymmetric dress, and she's carrying a tray full of full potion bottles. She's actually in the bottom floor of the magic cabin, and in front of the door to the brewing room, and the brewing room where the wizard shopkeeper is making new potions. There's lots of green and pink smoke coming out from under the door. So this is the wizard shopkeeper's wife, and she's very strong, and she is very good at DIY. So she made a lot of the shelves for the shop, and she does a lot of the heavy lifting, like transporting all the potions and things and restocking the shelves. And she's enchanted. She's not enchanted really, but she's enchanted with her wife and loves her loads. So that is the enchanted shopkeeper, the wizard shopkeeper's enchanted helper. Her other helper is the wizard shopkeeper's daughter. She's a young black girl, and she has her hair in bunches, but she's also got purple. The wife of the wizard shopkeeper put some purple in her hair for her, and she wears a blue dress, and she's doing calligraphy with paintbrush and inks, and she's got a big stack of books next to her, and they're the library books she got from the library. She adores reading, and she really wants to, when she grows up, she wants to have a job making illuminated manuscripts. So she practices her calligraphy by making all the labels and ingredients lists and instructions for all the different spells in the wizard shop. So those are the enchanted helpers of my wizard shopkeeper. These are my characters walking through the kingdom's forest. So they're in the forest in front of a tree. There's lots of trees, and they're actually having a cheeky snog. They're having a bit of a kiss. So my protagonist boyfriend, naked obviously, and my protagonist is wearing his blue. It's sort of like a long blue dress, but it's like a casual one, and he's got blue shorts underneath, and he's tugging on his boyfriend's nipple ring with his little finger, and they're having a cute snog in the forest. And there's a bird, and the bird is coloured in all rainbow colours. So this is my protagonist boyfriend. He's like, I guess he's like a bit of a Joe Barber type. He's fabulous. He's really funny and excitable, and just a great big, like a big ball of excitable fun. So yeah, that is my characters having a walk and a snog in the forest. This is the flower with magical properties. So to draw this, I picked out different features from different plants. I looked through my darling Kindersley nature encyclopedia and picked out different shapes that I thought looked interesting. So it's got green stem with a green sort of serrated leaf, but like curvy. It's got purple spikes at the top of the stem, and it's got cream coloured cream coloured petals. Then it's got big long purple petals and a blue bud, and then there's like a Hawaiian type big petal that is pink with pink stripes, and this it's got stamen with the orange heads on the stamen. So it's blue, purple, orange, pink and cream flower. I'm not actually sure what magical properties it has, because what magical properties do you think it has, basically? So that is the flower with magical properties. This is the digital picture I made to show the falling star. See, the galaxy is blue, purple and pink, and the star is actually falling in a zigzag pattern because in the prompt and the story, it's not really a star, it's a cosmic being coming down to land. So the reason it's in a zigzag is because the cosmic being is bringing music, and the cosmic being is dancing a lot to the music. So they're dancing and dancing. It's like, oh, where are we? And then they come to and realise they're slightly off course, so they have to correct where they're going. So this is the cosmic being zigzagging across the sky towards the ground. This is my cosmic being. They are floating in a star-filled night sky, and they're actually a treble clef, and they're like a mystical white cloud that's making a treble clef shape, and they're in between brackets of rainbow smudge, and it's just all smudge rainbow. And what this being does, it goes across the galaxies and collects all the music, and it's been past Earth and collected all the Earth music, and now it's sort of a travelling salesperson, and it goes round marketing this music that it's got from other planets, and it sells it to the people on a different planet, so it trades in music. So that's my cosmic being. This is an artifact gifted from the cosmic being. So this is a big crystal, and it's called the Alexithmia crystal. And what you do, you touch it and it automatically senses all of your emotions and your feelings and interprets it into the best song that it could pick to describe how you're feeling about something. So it can express for you your emotions. And it's loaded up full of earth music, because the cosmic being has recently been past Earth and made these crystals and put all the Earth music onto them. And so it's a big column, and it's lots of different facets with lots of sparkly blue. And and then you can keep it in the corner of your room and it'll play music for you, and you just have to ask it by touching it, and or you could just ask it to play a specific song, or you can touch it. So that is the artifact gifted from the cosmic being. This is my fire spirit. So it's a bottle of sort of whiskey type liqueur, and it's very popular in the winter times because when it's drunk it creates really nice warmth as it goes down your throat, and it makes you feel like you're having a cuddle from the inside out. And it is called Flame Boy, and it's in a brown bottle, and it's got brown paper, maroony brown paper. There's string around the neck of the bottle, and the top of the bottle is sort of red wax, and then you unwrap it. The label of the bottle is a piece of thin wood, and it's curved around the front of the bottle and etched onto the bottle, like burnt onto the wood piece, which is in the shape of fire. It says Flame Boy, and it's tied onto the bottle with string, and this is served in the inn and mostly sold in the winter time because it's a really nice warm cuddle and really warms you up. So that is my fire spirit. This is the Neighbouring kingdom and guards, and it's just all shades of grey, because conformity is a place where everybody has to be the same, and the town of conformity, they hate difference, and they like eating wildlife, and they're just really mean people, and everybody conforms to the same viewpoints, and they're just really boring and mean people. and I didn't really want to draw much about them because I'd rather focus on the queendom that I made called Equality, where everybody can be rainbow colours and everything. But in conformity, what they believe is when you turn 18, you're an adult then, and you have to be boring and grey. And you have to wear grey and just be really dull, and nobody can have any fun whatsoever. And even when they're kids, they have to go home and do homework and just be like all the same and be approved of by the leaders who just want conformity. Like, they're really grumpy people. So that is the Neighbouring Kingdom and the Guards. I created that as a digital picture. So this is the inventory check. So this is my protagonist's satchel bag. It's a brown satchel bag made from natural materials, not from animal product. Well, only if the animal sloughed it off naturally, and then they can use the material. So it's a brown satchel, and in the satchel he's got 2 flasks, one for him and one for his boyfriend, so they can always stay hydrated. And then they have an invitation to the castle for a party, and the queens have invited them to this dance party to investigate this new artefact that a cosmic being brought, and that's full of music. So they've been invited to the party. The queens in Equality, every person who lives in Equality gets to visit the castle at least once a year, and the queens invite them for a specific activity according to what the resident is really interested in. So if the resident likes gardening, they'll have a gardening party, and if they like arts and crafts, they'll have an arts and crafts party. But my protagonist and his boyfriend, total party animals, so they're having a dance party. Also in his satchel is his coin purse, and it's like an orange pouch full of his money. And then each resident has a coupon booklet each month, and it's that brown card booklet, and it's full of coupons, and each business has to have what is preferred to have at least one discount coupon a year in the coupon booklet. They can have more, as many as they want, but at least one coupon per year in the coupon booklet. So this is a coupon booklet that they get every month, full of discount coupons. So he carries that around in his satchel because you always got to use your coupons. The rest of his satchel is weighed down with interesting rocks and feathers that his boyfriend has found on the forest floor, and leaves that his boyfriend has found that look interesting. Basically, his boyfriend is a bit of a magpie, and he just finds all this interesting stuff, and he gives it to our protagonist to put in his satchel and take home with him for his collection. So my protagonist is often weighed down with rocks and feathers and leaves in his satchel. So that's what's on the inventory check. This is my magic merchant. So this person does deliveries from the wizard shopkeeper's cabin in the woods. So they ride a horse because it's quite a bit of a way from the main town, and they have all the potions and all the things that the townspeople have ordered from the magic shop, and they go into the town and they deliver the orders, and then they have this is their money pouch, and they have notebook to take more orders, and they get back on their horse and go and deliver the new order requests at the magic shop. So this person is non-binary, they have big hips, and they're wearing blue trousers, a purple shirt, and they have greeny grey eyes. They have purple lipstick on their top lip and sort of a maroon lipstick on their bottom lip, and then they have maroon eyeshadow with purple eyeliner underneath and green mascara, and they have natural blonde hair, and the sides of their head are shaved quite short, and they have the middle of their head, the hair is pulled up into sort of a Mohican style, and they're walking into town through the archway with all the planters with little shrubberies in. So they're very excited to go into town. They really enjoy their job. So that is my magic merchant. This is my blacksmith. She is a black woman. She's voluptuous. She's wearing a blue top with her apron and steampunk style goggles, and she has bright pink lipstick, and she's got her gloves on, and she's using her mallet on the piece of metal to shape it on the forgotten what they're called, on the thing, yes. And she stood in front of the fire that she puts the metal into, and because equality is a pacifist queendom, she doesn't really make swords, so she makes all lots of decorative and useful items for the home and for the castle. So yeah, so she loves the job, and she's enjoying making a new item for the castle or the town. This is what I did for food crafting recipe. So this is the actual advertisement for a product that they serve at the inn, and it's called a pear-cut pasty, and it's pastry in the shape of a leaf, and it has a delicious custard filling with the benefits of cinnamon, coriander, and saffron. I did have to look up in my I have a book that's all about the natural properties of different plants and things. So I looked up something that sort of helps you when you're a bit drunk, and it helps settle the stomach, and it's also aphrodisiac. So I said it had those, and this activates you for pick-up pasties, and it goes eat it with a steaming hot coffee. So is delicious with a coffee as well. So this will be a plot point further into the story. So this is the advert for the pick-up pasty, and this is displayed on the outside of the inn and inside the inn, and they trying to sell it. So this is my leveling up my character from day one. So my protagonist and his boyfriend, because they've been invited to a party at the castle, their invitation says party clothes, can't say clothes, party clothes preferred. So they go to this the tailor's at the clothes shop. It's quite a fancy clothes shop because it has a tailor, but he does have a discount coupon. So my protagonist, he's had his makeup done. Well, I think he did his makeup himself, and he's got purple eyeshadow on and pink lipstick, and he's trying on this dress, and he's tried on a few dresses, and he's tried on this one, and this is the one. So it's got a massive bow on the back. He loves bows, and it's got this strappy straps on the back. So it's quite an open back with strappy straps. Spaghetti straps in sort of a pattern, and it's got big many-tiered tulle can't say these words, tulle skirt, so it's like that floaty fabric, and he's doing a twirl in front of the mirror, and this is a changing room, dressing room curtain, so he's actually looking at the mirror. So that is his party outfit that he chose, and his boyfriend has chosen this outfit. He's got a pink shirt and a orange corset with the collar comes up around his neck, and he's holding his hair up to see how he looks in the mirror, and he's got these sort of, I guess, the velvety trousers. His package is really big because his is down to here usually when he's naked. Knee length. He's got a knee length piece. Yes. So yeah, so this is the outfit that he chose, and he thinks he looks really cool, and he does. He's gorgeous. So he's standing in front of the red dressing room curtains, and then they see the outfit and they go, oh yeah, and then it's time to show each other that outfit. So they come out of the change rooms and they see each other and their new outfits, and they're like, oh my god, I love you so much. And then they're falling in love, and he's like all teared up, and they're like, and there's the rose wallpaper in the clothes shop, and they're all in love and amazing and everything. So that is what I did to level up my character from day one. This is the royal family. These are the queens of equality. The queen married a commoner. This was a girl from the village, and when she moved to the village, the queen came to greet her and her family, and then she saw the queen and fell head over heels in love with her, and she always dreamt of marrying the queen, and eventually they went on a picnic and they started dating. And then after a couple of years, the queen proposed. So this is the engagement photo. The queen is a little bit older than the girl she married, the village girl. The queen has blonde bob with victory roll in her hair. She has purple eyeshadow, and she has luscious pink lips. and she's wearing a green dress, and the villager girl has a red hat. She has long hair, freckles, she has blue eyes, the queen has green eyes, and the villager girl has blue top. Their engagement rings are matching heart-shaped pink sapphires. The sapphires came from a visiting ship, and then they took them into the jewellers in the village to get them set as rings. So this is the engagement photo, and the villager girl just is her tummy is that ever since she saw the queen, her tummy was that had 1,000 butterflies in it. So this is practically the day where all her dreams came true. So she can't believe it, because that she's actually marrying the queen. All her ambitions came true. So there's the engagement photo. They're very fun loving. They're quite I suppose their alignment would be I've forgotten now what it's called. Chaos. No. Oh, I've forgotten what it's called. Well, the one where they're good, but they're a bit chaotic, but they're really nice people. So, and they really want to try and run the Queendom of Equality in a very fair and caring way. So that is my royal family. This is my flame warlock. He is a 5-year-old kid. He's the little brother of the blacksmith. He's black and he's got long dreadlocks, and he's sort of just learning his powers as a flame warlock. So he helps his sister in the blacksmith place, but because he's only 5, that really tires him out. So he only does a little bit every week. But at bedtime, he likes to go outside in the garden and play with the fireflies. So he makes his fire, and all the fireflies dance about him, and he makes friends with them. And he's wearing blue pajamas with yellow stars on. So that is my flame warlock. This is my coal miner. She's sort of like Elsa from Frozen. She's wearing a blue boiler suit, and she invented this helmet. And it's an all-in-one helmet. It has a torch and the ridges on top. If any coal bounces onto the helmet, it just bounces against the ridges and falls off again, so it doesn't hit her head. Then this bit is a visor, so it's like eye protection. And then this a respirator mask, so she can breathe. And her ears aren't uncovered, so she can hear if there's any if any of the coal is falling, and she can hear other coal miner colleagues. And she has a big pick, and she's picking away at the coal. So this the coal mine's a little bit away from the town of Equality, because you don't want cave-ins or sinkholes. So they have the coal mine a bit further away, and then they ship the coal to Equality. So that is my coal miner. This is my characters exploring the royal dungeon. So the royal dungeon is in the castle, and it's actually where the queens throw their parties, their dance parties, because it's sort of more soundproofed than if they had the parties above ground. So this is the dungeon. The cosmic being has brought all the earth music, and he's currently playing the Disney Megabix. So the queens are actually twirling around because it's all like a whole new world that's actually playing. And here's my protagonist, and he's getting lifted up by his boyfriend. He's twirling him around and lifting him up in the air. And these are all rainbow disco lights, because a cosmic being, as well as bringing the music, he also makes his own disco lights from himself. So it's got rainbow disco lights. So this is them exploring the royal dungeon, and there's other party goers off to the side. So they're having a big party, and there's lots of little bites to eat and lots of mead. So that's loads and loads of fun. So my boss battle in dungeon. So this is my protagonist's boyfriend, and he really can't handle his drink. He's a real lightweight. So he's had one or two drinks, and now he's really drunk, and his boss battle is trying to get up the traditional castle spiral staircase back to the entrance of the castle so they can be on their way to the inn. So my protagonist is actually shoving his boyfriend's bottom up the stairs so they can get out. They made my protagonist thought we better leave now because we don't want to say our welcome. So we made his so they said goodbye to the queens, and they're on their way back out of the castle. But his boyfriend is so drunk, and all the walls are all blurry, and all the stairs are all blurry, and his hands are all blurry, and he's having a bit of trouble getting up the spiral staircase. So that is his personal boss battle. So this is the magic loot. These are a couple of coupons my protagonist has got in his coupon book, and they've got a free coffee with a pear-cut pasty. So they can go to the inn now, buy a pear-cut pasty, which will settle his boyfriend's stomach, and they get a free coffee. So that's where they're heading now, to the inn, to use their magic loot. So my protagonist and his boyfriend have got to the inn, and now they can have their magic fountain of health, which is actually a cup of coffee. So this is the fountain of the waitress pouring the coffee, and this is the drunk boyfriend going, he's so drunk, and he's holding protagonist's hand, but we are the protagonist in this sort of viewpoint. And they're holding hands, and they're at the inn and having their magic fountain of coffee to help them sober up slightly. So that is their magic fountain of health. Yay! And the final picture for Misadventure Me, it's time for a well-deserved rest. So the Perk Up Pasties did their job, but so they have had a massive shag, and it turns out that the little guy is the top and the big guy is the bottom, and he's got a handprint on his bum and lipstick prints because he's kissed him. And post shag, he's like, oh yeah, and then collapsed onto the bed. So he's a bit, his boyfriend is discombobulated, and I just really enjoyed drawing this. And then their bed is silk sheets with sort of more cotton duvet cover and cotton pillows. So they're definitely having a well-deserved rest now. And the little guy, he's actually got a rose tattoo on his leg, and it's a big rose entwined with a little rose to represent him and his boyfriend. So they're enjoying a well-deserved rest. So we'll fade out now from them, and then we leave the Town of Equality. So that was the story I came up with for Misadventure May. It's the first time I took part in Misadventure May. It was really loads of fun. It really helped me to make some OCs, original characters, because I don't usually, it's not something I usually do in my art. I usually do a lot of fan art ideas. So it was interesting to make the new characters. I hope you have enjoyed the story that I came up with. If you want to look at the pictures at your own pace, you can go to my blog, autisticinnerspace.wordpress.com, and that's where you can see all the pictures at your leisure. I also now have an Instagram. On Instagram, I'm at Curiosity Rocks the Art World. So my Instagram is where I'll just put my art. So if you just want to see just the art, you can go to my Instagram or my blog. And if you follow me on Twitter at Curiosity Rocks, you get my personality as well. So I really enjoyed making all the artwork for Misadventure May. So I really hope you have enjoyed the story that I came up with and the pictures that I drew. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Yay!